Dogs have always been known for their remarkable ability to remember, often with an accuracy that seems almost human-like. It's fascinating how they form such strong associations with specific people, places, or moments in time. Studies have repeatedly shown that even though dogs may not speak our language, they possess an incredible capacity for memory, demonstrated in their actions and behavior. While they can't verbalize their experiences, a dog's tail wag, those eager eyes, or the way they nuzzle your hand can convey more emotion and meaning than any words ever could. This is a story of one such dog, a sweet, black-furred senior dog living in Wilde, Argentina, named Negra, or as her family lovingly calls her, Luna. Negra's daily life may seem simple at first glance, but it is filled with beautiful moments of love, friendship, and of course, the allure of irresistible treats. Each morning, as the sun slowly begins to rise over the bustling town of Wilde, a heartwarming ritual unfolds on a quiet street. By 7:30 a.m., long before many of the town's residents have even had their first sip of coffee, a familiar figure can be seen pacing the sidewalk outside a little veterinary store called El Arca Veterinaria. The store's owner, Natty, has grown accustomed to this sight, and so have the people in the neighborhood. There, eagerly awaiting Natty's arrival, stands Negra, the little dog who has become a beloved local celebrity. Negra is no ordinary visitor. She isn't just there to observe the world waking up. She's waiting for something special, something that makes her heart race with excitement every single day: Natty's delicious treats. At this point, Negra's daily appearance has become something of a cherished tradition, one that Natty, the store owner, wouldn't change for the world. As the time approaches 7:30 a.m., Negra waits patiently by the door.
¿Quién me está esperando a las 7:30 de la mañana? Hola, Negra. Ahora te abro el local.
Her dark, soulful eyes light up the moment Natty's car pulls up. Like clockwork, Negra runs towards Natty with the enthusiasm of a puppy, despite her older age. It's an excitement that isn't just about the snacks. It's about the warmth, the affection, and the companionship she receives each morning. Natty, who relies on her business to make a living, often jokes that Negra is her most loyal customer. But in truth, it's much deeper than that. Over time, their relationship has grown into something more meaningful. A silent understanding between human and dog, where words aren't necessary because their bond is stronger than any language. In one of the many Instagram videos Natty has shared, you can hear her affectionate greeting. "Who's waiting for me at 7:30 in the morning?"
¿Qué es lo que quieres, mi amor? ¿Otro palito? ¿Pero te parece tanto? Te comiste como 4 ya.
"Hi, my Negra. I'll open up the shop for you right away." As Natty opens the shop, lifting the garage-style door, the anticipation reaches its peak for Negra. For the dog, the moment the door begins to rise is like the opening act of a much-awaited performance. Negra can barely contain herself. Her little paws shuffle excitedly, her body wiggles with joy, and before the door is even fully open, Negra has already managed to stick her head and front paws through the tiny gap at the bottom, wiggling in a dance of excitement. To onlookers, it's a sight that never fails to bring a smile. Negra's movements are almost chaotic as she wiggles back and forth, eager to squeeze through the door. But once she's inside, everything changes. It's like she's entered her own personal wonderland. The once chaotic movements give way to a happy, tail-wagging dance as she trots toward her prize, the rows of delectable treats neatly lined up inside the shop. Every morning, Negra repeats the same adorable ritual. She sniffs each container of treats with careful precision, but it's the chew sticks that always capture her heart. Her nose twitches as she narrows down her options, but she never oversteps her bounds. Negra, despite her excitement, is always mindful of the rules. She waits for Natty's signal, her eyes full of expectation, as if asking, "Is it okay now?" Natty, amused by Negra's well-mannered persistence, often plays along, teasing her furry friend. "Are you stealing treats? Could it be that you're stealing, or are you asking permission?" Natty's voice, filled with affection, always has the same conclusion. "Of course you're asking permission. Which one do you want? You like the stick? There, grab the stick, I'll allow it." And with that, Negra's morning is made. Her tail wags furiously as she happily chews on the chosen treat, savoring each bite as if it's the best thing in the world. The whole scene is not just about a dog getting a snack. It's about the little joys in life that make everything else worth it. The simple, consistent moments that dogs like Negra cherish more than anything. While the treats are undeniably a big part of why Negra shows up each morning, there's another reason she keeps returning to El Arca Veterinaria. It's the sense of companionship she finds there. Not just with Natty, but also with her dog Salvador. Salvador is a spirited, treat-loving dog himself, and together with Negra, they've formed an inseparable duo. The two dogs share a bond that goes beyond the occasional snack. They're partners in crime, always excited to see what adventures the day might bring. They demand treats, Natty explains with a laugh. If we don't give it to them, they pick at us and don't let us open the place. This playful side of Negra and Salvador shows just how much joy they bring into the store. Their lively antics, their unspoken friendship, and the way they seem to understand each other without the need for words are a testament to the deep connection dogs share with one another and with the humans they trust. Though many people who visit Natty's shop may assume Negra is a stray, the truth is quite different. Negra, or Luna as her family calls her, belongs to a loving household just a few steps away from the store. Her owners, Griselda Tiziano and her family, adore her, but Negra's independent streak has always been hard to tame. No matter how hard they try to keep her from sneaking out, she manages to find her way to the veterinary store every morning, as if driven by some invisible force. In one of Natty's Instagram videos, Griselda leaves a heartwarming comment. "I am her owner. We give her lots of love at home, but she loves to go to her veterinarian. Her name is Luna." It's clear that Negra has more than enough love in her life. She simply enjoys the thrill of her daily escape, the treats, and the affection she receives from Natty and the customers who've come to know her. The little store has become a second home for Negra, a place she associates with happiness, love, and delicious snacks. For her, it's not just about the food, it's about the routine, the familiarity, and the relationships she's built along the way. Negra's life, with her two families, the one at home and the one at the shop, is a perfect example of how dogs, like humans, can thrive in environments where they feel safe, loved, and understood. What's truly fascinating about Negra's daily routine is how it highlights the way dogs remember and form associations. While humans rely heavily on episodic memory, the ability to recall specific events or experiences from the past, dogs have something called associative memory. This means they remember things based on patterns, habits, or associations they've formed over time, rather than recalling exact moments. Negra, for example, doesn't necessarily remember every single day she's visited the shop in explicit detail. Instead, she's learned to associate certain cues, like the time of day, the sight of Natty's car, or the smell of the treats, with positive experiences. It's this associative memory that keeps her coming back to the shop, day after day, like clockwork. This phenomenon is common among dogs and can be observed in countless ways. Take, for instance, the way a dog reacts when you pick up its leash. Even if you don't say the word walk, your dog will likely get excited because it associates the leash with going outside. Negra's routine, therefore, isn't just about a simple craving for snacks. It's about the joy she's found in a familiar, positive experience that has become a deeply ingrained part of her life. And while we, as humans, might find it hard to understand how she manages to escape every day and make her way to the shop, for Negra, it's simply the highlight of her morning, a ritual that brings her comfort and happiness. There's an old quote by Pierre de Beaumarchais that goes, "Where love is concerned, too much is never enough."